This is lifestyle freedom in action. Guys, you have no idea how happy that makes me feel. I can't even put it into words. Oh, this part of the challenge was actually the most successful part of the challenge. I already have a taste of what freedom feels like. Feels good. In the last 90 days, I've done something that most people say they want to do, but barely commit to it fully. I spent 2,200 hours in a challenge to build lifestyle and financial freedom. I called it the 90-Day Freedom Challenge. But as a real life challenge, I didn't just dream of freedom. I designed it, tested it, and tracked it. And along the way, I uncovered lessons that have reshaped my business, my life, and my future. It was a real life experiment in building freedom with real life limitations. And the results were not what I expected, but they do have a huge impact on how I see things going forward. Today, I want to share with you what the 90-Day Freedom Build Challenge taught me, especially when things didn't go as planned. Because even though I didn't hit all of my goals, I walked away with something more powerful. Hi, I'm Ivy K, and this is Living LyfStyled, where we build financial and lifestyle freedom without burnout, hustle, or waiting for someday. I'm currently pregnant, raising a toddler, working a 9 to 5, but my maternity leave has officially started now. So my 9 to 5 is on pause for now. And I'm trying to grow a digital business from home. Even with all of that on my plate and some limitations, I still made a commitment to show up for this version of myself, the one who wants freedom without sacrificing her health, family, or peace. So let's get into it. What was the 90-day challenge? In the beginning of April, I set a personal challenge with 4 goals. The first goal was to treat LyfStyled like a business. And in order to do that, I had to make 1,000 euros from LyfStyled. The second goal was to use my Mondays as a dedicated CEO day to focus on growing my business. And then the third goal was to fund my extended maternity leave. I'm planning on taking 3 extra months of maternity. This will obviously decrease the income that we have from my 9 to 5 job. So to cover the decrease in income, I used the transition fund calculator to determine that I actually needed 5,400 for that period. So the third goal was to save or somehow raise 5,400. The fourth goal was to do all of these things while taking into account that I'm actually pregnant, which means I have to listen to my body and prioritize my health and the health of my little baby without guilt or pressure. Now this is how it all went. I learned 4 lessons. The first lesson, well, failure isn't the opposite of progress. The goal was to make 1,000 euros from LyfStyled. The results? I earned nothing. I didn't make any sales, and that's okay. But what I learned instead was the reason why I hadn't made money yet. And that was the game changer. Here's what I learned. People don't buy products because the maker of those products worked hard. They buy because the product solves a problem that they deeply care about and have made it easy to say yes to actually buying that product. I realized that my offers weren't clear enough yet. My product page was still being built and I was giving free value, but hadn't yet structured a system to convert that free value into sales. But also, you can't grow a business that you're afraid to talk about. In the beginning of the 90-day challenge, I had decided to do videos that are more voiceovers and I wouldn't be showing my face in it. I would be showing what I'm doing around the house and when I'm working. So in these 90 days, a lot of things shifted. I checked if the LyfStyled products were actually solving problems for our community of lifestylers. I changed the style of the videos that I was making to focus more on talking about the problems and how the products actually solve those problems. The products are ready. So I focused on how to deliver them. I spent tons of time researching what would work and what would work best. In the end, I decided not to build my own online store. This would have taken a lot of time and would have meant that I need to learn new skills. Yes, those would have been valuable, but at this time, it wasn't the right investment of time that I needed to make in the business. I went with a pre-made store, which perfectly suited the type of products that I bring to you. And now you might be facing the same challenge that I have been facing. And if you're not earning from your creative work yet, don't just try harder. Get curious. Ask yourself if what you're offering actually solves an important problem for your community. Is it easy for people to say yes to the product or service that you are bringing? And how easy have you made it for the community to find and use those products? Because you may have the best product out there, but if it doesn't solve your community's problems, or if your community doesn't know where to find it, then it's like lighting a torch and then hiding it under a blanket. You will not be able to solve any problems, and you will definitely not make any sales. So if you want to make this practical, take at least 1 hour this week and do a mini business audit. Do you have products or services available right now? Is the offer obvious in your bio, website, or the videos that you're making? And if someone DM'd you today and asked you, could you please help me? What would you say to them? How would you be able to help them? The second lesson that I learned from the 90-day Freedom Challenge was that structure creates space. The goal was to use Mondays as my CEO day. This part of the challenge was actually the most successful part of the challenge. What started off as me just blocking time to focus on some work that I wanted to do, it slowly became a full ritual, a rhythm that I got into. It gave me clarity, direction, and a sense of progress, even when nothing was visibly working yet. The time I carved out on Monday spread to about 1 or 2 hours preparing for the Monday on Sunday, and then forming a ritual of how I actually focus on Monday, what I was focusing on, and knowing what I'm doing for the rest of the week. I found clarity, and I was able to execute on things I committed myself to, and most of all, I actually saw the difference that the time I spent on my business made. But here's the thing, you don't need a full day to build your freedom. You need focus time. If you start by protecting just 90 minutes a week, you can build momentum. And that momentum will help you find other moments in your week to focus on what you want. Soon enough, you will have a weekly focus ritual that builds your dreams. If you want help structuring your time, the mini CEO day planner I created is exactly made for this. It helps you turn scattered energy into focused sections. Check it out in the LyfStyled store. I've left a link in the description down below. The third lesson was that freedom requires planning for reality, not just dreams. The goal was to fund my 3-month extended maternity leave using the transition fund calculator. The result? I used the calculator to map out a savings goal of about 5,400. But during these 90 days, I had a realization. I could only save 600 euros per month. So by the time I would need to use the funds, I would only have 4,800, which is 600 short of the goal of 5,400 that I had set. In the back of my mind, I was still hoping that I would generate some income from LyfStyled as a business. But as you already know, that was not the case. So as the months slowly started rolling by, I realized and had accepted to myself that I needed to cut back on some of the luxuries I had gotten used to so that I could make room for extra savings. But then something totally unexpected happened. Last week, I received a rather large tax refund. Don't get me wrong, I've received some tax refunds in the past, but it's been a few years since that has happened. And the amounts that I used to receive were nothing this large. In the past, when I received a tax refund like this, I honestly don't even remember what I did with it. Maybe I blew it on treating myself, bought a gadget, or spent it all on getting some new clothes. I just can't remember what I did with it. This time was different. I funneled about 85% of that money straight into my transition fund account. Why? Because this time I had a plan. I had a purpose. And most importantly, I had a tool that showed me what freedom would actually cost. By the time I got my salary this month, I just needed to top up the transition fund with about 400 euros extra. And now I can officially say that I have bought back 3 months of my time, my freedom, my peace to spend with my soon coming baby. This is lifestyle freedom in action. Guys, you have no idea how happy that makes me feel. I can't even put it into words. Oh, this is me dancing, by the way, if you're wondering what's going on here. It looks weird because I'm sitting. But the lesson that I learned is that lifestyle freedom doesn't start with quitting your job. It starts with planning for the life transitions that will inevitably happen. Parenthood, burnout, career shifts, becoming a caregiver, or even just taking a sabbatical to go on that world tour that you always wanted. So, use the transition fund calculator to determine how much you need for your next big life change. The link is in the description down below. Once you've achieved your goal, the freedom that you feel is just priceless. Oh, 3 months off. Yes. But now that the goal of reaching that 5,400 has been reached earlier than what I expected, what comes next? So the tax refund helped me to hit my 5,400 goal within 3 months. While I was expecting to be slogging along for a full 9 months. This means I have an extra 600 per month that has been freed up. So here's where I need your help. Tell me in the comment sections below, what would you do if you had an extra 600 per month? I personally listed about 5 things I could do. Number 1, start a monthly investment fund and share my progress with you here on LyfStyled. Number 2, invest the money back into LyfStyled by hiring a developer to help me with some of the products that I'm making. Number 3, upgrade my content gear, that is the mic, maybe buy a new iPad, a new camera, those kind of things. Number 4, increase our family holiday fund so that when we decide to go on holiday after the pregnancy and the maternity, we have more than enough. Number 5, prioritize my health and healing without guilt. That might look like paying for maybe a weekend away to go to a spa or something like that. 5 things. Help me decide. But first, share what you would do. Then put a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to indicate what I should do. What would you do? What should I do? Lesson number 4 from the 90-day freedom challenge. The goal was to prioritize my health without guilt. The results were a bit of a mixture, but maybe the most meaningful. Because somewhere along the challenge, I hit a wall. My body started giving signals of fatigue. I experienced hectic illness, and at some point, the midwife booked me in to see the GP on an emergency recommendation. All of this forced me to slow down, step back, re-evaluate. So I stopped forcing myself to go through everything. I didn't push to keep it up. I let myself rest and allowed that to count as progress. I stopped traveling to the office and started working 100% from home. And when I couldn't manage with that anymore, the doctor recommended that I stop working altogether and focus on the growing baby. So for the last, say, 3 or 4 weeks, I have been on recovery. I must say, it really helped to get me feeling grounded, healthy, and able to prepare for my baby. I managed to replace pressure with presence, productivity with peace. It's just what the doctor ordered and what I truly needed. The lesson that I learned from that was that your health isn't a delay on your freedom journey. It is the foundation of it. If you are pushing through to reach a milestone or a goal that you set for yourself, you're doing no one any favors. Take the rest that you need and come back refreshed. Resting is not a sign of weakness. It's self-care in its purest form. What I want you to take away from all of this challenge didn't go the way I had expected it to, but it gave me 4 of the most valuable things I could have asked for. A better understanding of why my business wasn't yet performing as I had expected, a rhythm that supports the long-term growth of my business. Number 3, a real-world test of lifestyle freedom, what it actually costs. And even if I'm not living in those 3 months future that I've just created, I already have a taste of what freedom feels like. Feels good. And the 4th, the journey of my health during these past 90 days is proof that building lifestyle and financial freedom is all about building in a space that lets you breathe, stay healthy, and allows you time to recover. And now I'm walking into maternity leave knowing I planned for this. That's real freedom. But most people fail to build their own version of lifestyle and financial freedom because they don't set the right target. But you can be ahead of the curve. Just watch this video next, where I show you how to find your real freedom number. And I also reveal to you what the banks get wrong about savings. I'll see you on the next video.